If you're doing the gluten-free diet, or maybe this is a lifestyle for you and you have to get gluten out of your life, I've discovered a really cool cookbook with some amazing recipes, and I'm with the book's author and owner of Blackbird Bakery, Karen Morgan. And gluten-free, buzzable thing, but you have a very personal experience with it, and that's how Blackbird Bakery was born, right?
That's exactly right. So I was diagnosed with celiac disease in 2002, and basically for the next 11 years, I taught myself how to bake and cook gluten-free. My first cookbook came out in 2010, and this is my second endeavor, and I like to think of it as my magnum opus because it's really the culmination of everything that I've worked for and everything that I've learned over the years to make things easier for people who are just choosing to go gluten-free.
Well, and I think one thing that sets you apart from a lot of the other gluten-free products is you've designed a line of flours, right?
Yes.
That are very different for specific reasons.
It took 7 years to formulate everything, over 14,000 recipe trials. After my first book came out, I started teaching a lot. And I started bonding with my students, and I said, you know, what's the #1 problem that you see in the market today in gluten-free? They said, the flours. They don't work. You know, everyone's claiming that they have this all-purpose flour blend, and in gluten-free, it just does not exist. And I had the wonderful opportunity to work and live in France for 4 months. And when I was there, I noticed that the professional chefs use over 24 different types of flour. And I found this super surprising because in America, we have all-purpose flour.
All-purpose, that's right.
You know, and so everything is marketed towards all-purpose, simplicity. And so I kind of took the backdoor approach, and I said, wow, if they're using 24 different types of flours to make, you know, so they have one flour for baguettes, for example, and one flour for croissants. And so because gluten-free is so specific, I said, why don't I apply that philosophy to gluten-free flours so that everything that you try and make when you're in the kitchen comes out flawlessly.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, frankly. It really does. So each of your items is for a specific baked item, right?
So it's actually for savory and sweet items. So we
okay.
wanted it to cover all of gastronomy. So it's not just baking, but it's cooking too. So basically you need a specific blend for all types of cookies. I mean, if you look up a number of cookies there are in the world, there's literally tens of thousands of different cookie recipes. And this blend can achieve every single one of them.
Wow,
It's amazing.
So a specific blend just for cookies, and then you've got one that's specifically for pies
Yes,
and pastry.
for pies and for homemade egg pasta. That's what this is right here. A lot of people who are gluten-free, they'll notice that many of their pie crusts, they can't roll it out.
Yeah,
oh, sorry about that.
There's no flexibility.
There's no flexibility to it, but if you look at this dough, it's elastic, it's beautiful, you can actually knead it. So, I mean, most of the gluten-free, you know, tart crusts that are on the market today, you can't knead it.
Where can people get them?
So people can get them at the Savory Spice Shop in Con Olio, locally in Texas, and we're getting ready to get into Whole Foods and H-E-B, so we're super excited about that.
Going big time.
Yes, finally.
Well, I just love it. I'm going to put a link for your book online, and we've got some of Karen's recipes as well.
Yes,
So you
absolutely.
can get them as well. Karen, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.